I was in my new house placing daydreams, patching up the crack along the wall. I pass it and lose track of what I'm saying, 'cause that's where I was when I got the call. When the first stone's thrown, they're screaming. In the streets there's a raging riot. When it's burn the bitch, they're shrieking. When the truth comes out, it's quiet. So they killed Cassandra first, 'cause she feared the worst and tried to tell it down. So they filled my cell with snakes. I regret to say, do you believe me now?
So who is Cassandra, man? Is this from mythology, or from literature, or from something, right? I'll start it again.
I was in my new house placing daydreams, patching up the crack along the wall. I pass it and lose track of what I'm saying, 'cause that's where I was when I got the call. When the first stone's thrown, they're screaming. In the streets there's a raging riot. When it's burn the bitch, they're shrieking. When the truth comes out, it's quiet. So they killed Cassandra first, 'cause she feared the worst and tried to tell it down. So they filled my cell with snakes. I regret to say, do you believe me now? I was in my tower weaving nightmares, twisting all my smiles into snarls.
Fuck me, man. I really like this one. The picture she paints is just awesome, isn't it? The change in mood from that first verse to that second one, just with the change of a few words and a subtle delivery. I'm going to start it again.
I was in my new house placing daydreams, patching up the crack along the wall. I pass it and lose track of what I'm saying, 'cause that's where I was when I got the call. When the first stone's thrown, they're screaming. In the streets there's a raging riot.
Yes, every time that line just makes me think of "Let he who is without sin cast the first stone." And I love that line, I suppose, of that idea. At the moment, recently, because I know I've said this before as well, but the idea of sin, I suppose, fascinates me, and it has only fascinated me since I heard it said that sin means to miss the mark of an ideal, and so it doesn't necessarily mean just to do something bad. To miss the mark of an ideal, to not be all that you can be, to not be the best of what you can be, to not fulfill your potential. So I suppose it speaks to the idea also of putting your house in order, sort yourself out, sort your life out before you go criticising or tearing other people down. It often seems to me, I suppose, that the people that are shouting the loudest for this thing or the other, I don't know what it seems to me, It's difficult to know what anything seems, because we live in echo chambers, I suppose. Social media environments are echo chambers, right? the algorithm will feed you whatever you've been clicking on, whether that is, and it usually, I suppose, like what, hate and things, or I'm not sure, what receives the most clicks, I suppose, outrage and all that sort of jazz. But it is an echo chamber, isn't it, I suppose? We tend to be friends with people who have similar ideas or beliefs, at the very least, so how do you stay objective, How do you think freely when everyone around you is thinking or voicing the same things or similar things, And then when that becomes the sort of groupthink, it's fascinating to me, I suppose, like that the way ideas can take hold like that. And then maybe people, even if you think differently, you may be more scared to voice concerns about things, especially these days, I suppose, for fear of being shut down or cancelled, And it's not even about asking. It's not even about voicing opposing opinions, It seems to me that people get shut up for just asking questions, for asking for clarification, for asking for more detail. But again, it's difficult to get the full picture, I suppose. Do you find that? Do you think? I mean, I don't really speak to anybody apart from my girlfriend. And so everything else I consume is through the internet. So I guess I take it all with a pinch of salt, I try to look at everything, I suppose, and not form an opinion. To not be rigid with my opinion. I suppose it's like, it goes back to what I was saying. Was I saying it in the last part? It might have been another reaction about the clenched fist, open hand approach, I'd always try and, well, I just don't know. It's just, everything is just mad, isn't it, and complex. What's that famous thing about, the world is in trouble because the idiots are so sure of themselves and the wise people are unsure, or I'm making a mess of that.
Screaming in the streets, there's a raging riot. When it's burn the bitch, they're shrieking. When the truth comes out, it's quiet. So they killed Cassandra first, 'cause she feared the worst and tried to tell the town. So they filled my cell with snakes, I regret to say. Do you believe me now? I was in my tower weaving nightmares, twisting all my smiles into snarls. They say what doesn't kill you makes you aware. What happens if it becomes who you are?
That's man, that's fantastic, isn't it? What happens if it becomes who you are? That's like serious philosophical stuff there, isn't it? They say what doesn't kill you makes you aware. What if it becomes who you are? I suppose that's the danger with anything, isn't it? Whatever we consume, whether that is ideas or booze or anything. I mean, what are we really? And this is about as far into esoteric thinking that I'm gonna get, maybe. But who are we? What are we? Are we just an accumulation of ideas, a manifestation of ideas, of thoughts, of things that have happened? Many of us perhaps are, the good things that have happened, the bad things that have happened. We are made of the things that we lose, right? And people become bitter, don't they? People become broken and damaged and weak. People become resentful and all that jazz, and many things in between, I guess, and all over. So what if it becomes who you are? I think that's why we need to stay passive, Passive, is that the right word? Not. We cannot become maybe rigid in our attachments. It needs to be a dance, doesn't it? We need to be open always to new information and new ideas, and make friends with the idea of being wrong, or at least always entertain the possibility that we may be wrong about everything, I think. Because what's that Aldous Huxley quote, is it? If the doors of perception were cleansed, we would see things as they truly are, infinite. And we do. Oh, it's that thing as well. If we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are, through our collection of perceptions, right? I think. I suppose that's what I'm trying to do in my day-to-day life at the minute now. As much as I'm trying to learn about myself and why I am the way I am, through the things that have happened to me, through the things that I guess I've done in the world, and all that. I'm trying to make sense of that on the one hand, as well as learning about other people and kind of what makes them tick. But I'm also trying to stay what? I don't know. Just open, There's the words I'm looking for that I can't quite find, but do you know what I mean? Yeah. We need to avoid, I think, being possessed by ideas. That's probably the best way I can think about it, is we need to avoid being possessed by ideas or thoughts, because then it becomes us, and that's the danger, isn't it?
What happens if it becomes who?
I don't know. What am I talking about? Sometimes I think it's just nonsense. I don't know.
Cassandra first, 'cause she feared the worst and tried to tell the town. So they set my life in flames. I regret to say, do you believe me now? They knew the whole time that I was onto something. The family, the pure greed, the Christian chorus line, they all said nothing. Blood's thick, but nothing like a payroll. Nothing never spared a prayer for my soul. You can mark my words that I said it first. In a morning warning, no one heard. I patched up the crack along the wall. I pass it and lose track of what I'm saying, 'cause that's where I was when I lost it all. So they killed Cassandra first, 'cause she feared the worst and tried to tell the town. So they filled my cell with snakes. I regret to say, do you believe me now? onto something. They all said nothing. Blood's thick, but nothing like a payroll. Bet they never spared a prayer for my soul. You can mark my words that I said it first in a morning warning. No one heard. No one heard. Not a single word was heard. When the first stone's thrown, they're screaming. In the streets there's a raging riot. When it's burn the bitch, they're shrieking. When the truth comes out, it's quiet. It's so quiet.
Yeah, nice one. Peter, did I do this one as well? Probably did, I think. I seem to remember talking about Peter Pan, but it's been a while, right? Thanks for watching. If you would like access to the full thing and loads of other extended content, Taylor Swift, One Direction, Miley Cyrus, videos of me playing my songs and others, link in description.